Hi, Dave Cole. Thank you for taking the time to meet with us today. So first, I'd like to just get some background of who you are and what your role in the auto industry is and has been over the past years of your career.
Well, thanks very much, Chris. It's a delight to have a chance to visit with you today. I'm old. I've been around this industry for a long time. I go way back into the last century. And my role is to try to help people understand this industry, what's going on, and more than anything, try to take a look at the future. Where are we heading? What is tomorrow going to be like?
So speaking specifically in the last 2-3 years of the auto restructuring, I know that you played a very key role in ensuring the long-term viability of Chrysler and General Motors. If you could touch on those a bit more.
Well, our role in that was working with the media. And my role with the media is, some would say it's sort of an analyst, but I think it's more of a teaching role where you try to help people understand what's going on, whether it's in technology or in labor relations or the economic impact of the industry, to help people understand the enormous importance of this industry in our economy and of manufacturing in general. And over the past 3 years, what we have seen is a dramatic restructuring. It's happened faster than I think most people ever thought it could happen. It wasn't me that was doing that. I was more of an observer and somebody that was sort of in the pool with the big guys that were swimming and doing these kind of things, but to be up close and be a part of it and to talk to people, to know the leaders of the industry all over the world has been, at one level, a great privilege, but another level, really a responsibility. And so one of my roles and roles of our office is to help people understand just how significant manufacturing in the auto industry is in this economy, and that it's really necessary if we're going to have the kind of lifestyle in the future that we would like to.
In President Obama's recent State of the Union address, he called on companies to innovate for better solutions to problems to keep jobs here in the U.S. So if we could relate now to Solar Car and touch on how innovation and Solar Car go hand in hand.
What is innovation? How do you do innovation? How do you practice innovation? It's not a simple thing to define, and that's one of the things that makes me so excited about the Solar Car program in the past and what it is today and will be in the future. Because what you're working with is sun, something that is a wonderful source of energy. All of our energy ultimately somehow is derived from the sun, but how do we take that energy and put it into motion on the road? And it's not easy to do. I'm not sure we're ever going to be at a point where we have solar panels that will drive a car. But when you look at the technology that is embedded in that, whether it's the solar cell or the materials and the drivetrain and all of the different things, the electronics, the application of that knowledge in the solar car is innovation. And one of the things that is so, just astounding to see are students from many different disciplines coming together with the idea that let's take the knowledge that exists, let's wrap it into some different shapes and forms, and as a team, let's see if we can't put this technology on the road powered by the sun. And it's a remarkable challenge because it's not easy. It's not something that one individual can do, but a team can. And one of the beauties, as I see it, of the Solar Car program is just not mechanical engineers or electricals. It's really all disciplines of engineering that come together. But engineers that have gotten their hands dirty, people from the business school that have gotten their hands dirty, for wherever they come from, that have gotten their hands dirty and used their minds effectively, participating in a team to accomplish a goal, that really sets you apart from the average, and that's pretty special in my judgment.
Thank you. Next question would be, we work very closely with industry and the university, and how valuable do you think the skills that we talked about of teamwork and leadership and hitting deadlines is in the real world?
Well, in the real world, that's how you play the game. You don't go to work and just as an individual and do your individual thing. You're participating in a team sport, say manufacturing of cars, for example. It's not an individual sport. But that's not important. It's the skills and the leadership and the teamwork that is developed as a part of this process that is so much of what the team really is. It's not just the product, it's the whole process of developing this. And if you look at it as an engineer, I was a mechanical engineer. I have a PhD in mechanical engineering from the University of Michigan. And what do academics typically do? Well, we talk, we write, we think. What don't we do? Well, we often don't do. But what an important part of education is the actual doing something. And what you see in the solar car team and the other student project teams is the talking and the writing and the thinking focused on ultimately doing, solving problems. And as I think about my engineering education, what did I really learn? I learned to solve problems.
Okay. I also wanted to touch on how the solar car team directly collaborates with the industry and how we need them and they need us.
Well, first of all, they need you. They need the members of the team because you and your colleagues are their future employees. And they need those employees to be as well educated as they can, to have the kind of team experience, getting their hands dirty. That's very important for them. It's not a pure benevolent kind of thing. Here's some money, go have fun with it. They're interested in really enhancing the education of the people that are, from the student perspective, it's getting a chance to get their hands dirty, getting into something that is not simple. This is a very tough and complex task. And certainly there's the financial support that's important so that you can buy the solar cells or the tires or the controls or whatever is a part of these cars. But it's a very natural combination where both sides have some very strong incentives to work together.
So another question, just a fun one for you. I gotta ask, what's your favorite car?
Well, it depends on my age. When I was a kid, in fact, when I was a student up here, I was a grad student for a number of years, master's and PhD. I had a whole series of Corvettes. And it would be hard for me to say which one was the most fun. I had a 61, 62, 63, 64, and 65, and every one of those was special. Probably the 63 split window fastback Corvette would be something that really stands out. I should say that I got married in 1965, and that ended Corvettes right there. And then in my second childhood in 1990, I had another one for a year, and it was great fun. But that 63 silver split ring, split window Corvette was pretty special.
Well, thank you, Dave, for your time this afternoon. It was a very informative session.